Heyo, Jojo here, and welcome back to another episode of It Moves. I believe last we left off, I could have sworn we were in chapter 3. Oh no! Did I not save? Shoot. I could have sworn we were in chapter 3. We just finished chapter 2. Shoot, I have to do this all over again. Oh, you're joking me, right? God damn it. Okay, I will be right back. And we're back. I could have sworn I saved chapter 3 before I shut off the game. So I don't know what happened there, but I had to play through chapter 2 again. But yeah, this is where we left off. The door is firmly shut. I don't like this. A banner on a long pole. It's too old and torn to make out details. Okay. Comment on the skull? A huge skull. A banner on a long pole. It's too old and torn. Yep. Alrighty. Oh, is this all we're gonna be doing? Is just walking forward? I have a feeling it is. Ooh, now your eyes are glowing. Big scare. Much wow. Blinking a little faster. Reminds me of those lights some people put in skeletons for Halloween. Oh. I mean, I guess if you had a dream about this, it would be a little scary. But, what? Some kind of altar. I'm not gonna comment on, okay. Alright. It's kind of like the place before, except picture of some green landscape. The picture is in too bad of shape to make out any details. Of course it is. What the I see a face in that. I don't know about y'all, but I see a face. Some kind of machine. Can we not? Oh, there's a bouton in there, but I can't get... Okay. We'll just smack him around. It's fine. Where do I go? What do I do? Am I supposed to snuff out the candles? No. I'm not gonna lie, thus far this game's not really scary per se. Looks almost like the lights on the runway at an airport. I mean, I guess. Oh, hello. Was that all we were waiting on? Is for you to say hello? Some kind of machine? Okay. Wait, was this part off before? Or I might have been just dumb and not gone up here to check. Always a possibility. Ooh, big scare. Much wow. How are you? Doing fine considering the circumstances. Which one did it let go of? Yep, here we go. Your face, a creepy mask. You are very creepy. Are we done? Okay. I imagine those are probably going to be littered around this area. Or not. Good old blood pouring out the pipes. Nice. I'm actually surprised I know where I'm going. Oh, hello, buddy. Or not, buddy. To each their own. And he's gone. Do I do anything with you? No. I'm trying to think. Was there anywhere else that I needed to go? Or just here? I'm shooketh. It looked like he just grabbed me and like just shook until I woke up. It's funny how certain words can remain hidden from your mind, no matter how blatant or obvious they are. One word came to me that night, lying there in the darkness alone, frightened, aware of a rotten change in the atmosphere. A thickening of the air as if something had displaced it. As I heard the first casual twists of the bed sheets below, the first anxious increase of my heartbeat at the realization that something was once again in the bottom bunk, that word, a word which had been sent into exile, filtered up through my consciousness, breaking free of all repression, gasping for air, screaming, etching, and carving itself into my mind. Ghost. As this thought came to me, I noticed that my unwelcome visitor had ceased moving. The sheets lay calm and dormant, but they had been replaced by something far more hideous. A slow, rhythmic, rasping breath heaved and escaped from the thing below. I could imagine its chest rising and falling with each sordid, wheezing, and garbled breath. I shuddered and hoped beyond all hope that it would leave without occurrence. The house lay, as it had the previous night, in a thick blanket of darkness. Silence prevailed, all but for the perverted breath of my, as yet, unseen bunkmate. I lay there, terrified. I just wanted this thing to go, to leave me alone. What did it want? Then something unmistakably chilling transpired. It moved. It moved in a way different from before. When it threw itself around the bottom bunk, it seemed unrestrained, without purpose, almost animalistic. For that thing lying there in the darkness, that thing which seemed intent on terrorizing a young boy, calmly and nonchalantly sat up. Its labored breathing had become louder. Now only a mattress and a few flimsy wooden slates separated my body from the unearthly breathing below. I lay there, my eyes filled with tears, a fear which mere words cannot relate to you or anyone else coursed through my veins. I would not have believed that this fear could have been heightened, but I was so wrong. I imagined what this thing would look like, sitting there, listening from below my mattress, hoping to catch the slightest hint that I was awake. Imagination then turned to an unnerving reality. It began to touch the wooden slates which my mattress sat on. It seemed to caress them carefully, running what I imagined to be fingers and hands across the surface of the wood. Then, with great force, it prodded angrily between the two slats, into the mattress. Even through the padding, it felt as though someone had viciously stuck their fingers into my side. I let out an almighty cry, and the wheezing, shaking, and moving thing in the bunk below replied in kind by violently vibrating the bunk as it had done the night before. Small flakes of paint powdered onto my blanket from the wall as the frame of the bed scraped along it, backwards and forwards. Once again, I was bathed in light, and there stood my mother, loving, caring, as she always was, with a comforting hug and calming words which eventually subdued my hysteria. Of course, she asked what was wrong, but I could not say. I dared not say. I simply said one word over and over and over again. Nightmare. This pattern of events continued for weeks, if not months. Night after night, I would awaken to the sound of rustling sheets. Each time I would scream so as not to provide this abomination with time to prod and feel for me. With each cry, the bed would shake violently, stopping with the arrival of my mother, who would spend the rest of the night in the bottom bunk. seemingly unaware of the sinister force torturing her son nightly. Along the way, I managed to feign illness a few times and come up with other less than truthful reasons for sleeping in my parents' bed. But more often than not, I would be alone for the first few hours of each night in that place, the room where the light from the outside did not sit right, alone with that thing. With time, you can become desensitized to almost anything, no matter how horrific. I had come to realize that, for whatever reason, this thing could not harm me when my mother was present. I'm sure the same would have been said for my father, but as loving as he was, waking him from sleep was almost impossible. Waking me, on the other hand, was no trouble at all, thanks to the nightmares. Chapter 4: Anger Overload. Alrighty, now we are in some kind of church. Hanging intestines. Religious man, I guess. Okay. An earthquake. Maybe. Do I leave out the doors the same way I always have? Interesting. The painted glass depicts a scene from the Bible. I'm trying to figure out what scene, though. Can I go through this door? I think I must, because there's a spider in the way on the other side. Another one. It'll probably be happening until the building collapses, I figure. Various jars with disgusting stuff inside. I like the music though. Can I comment on the face? It's a big pull, but I'd rather not use it. I agree. Much as I love swimming, I would not want to use it either. Oh, that's gruesome. Why would you hang cats like that? It says now saving, but I've yet to experience a death in this game. So, what exactly are we saving for? Okay, babies, horrifying, I agree, understand that. This section's really long for a whole lot of nothing going on, besides noise. Oh, babies. More babies. Alright, just take me. You think the parents would be a little more concerned if their child's doing this like every night? Maybe take them to therapy or something? My greatest fears were realized in the winter. The days grew short, and the longer nights merely provided this wench with more opportunities. It was a difficult time for my family. My grandmother, a wonderfully kind and gentle woman, had deteriorated greatly since the death of my grandfather. My mother was trying her best to keep her in the community as long as possible. However, dementia is a cruel and degenerative illness, robbing a person of their memories one day at a time. Soon she recognized none of us, and it became clear that she would need to be moved from the house to a nursing home. Before she could be moved, my grandmother had a particularly difficult few nights, and my mother decided that she would stay with her. As much as I loved my grandmother and felt nothing but anguish at her illness, to this day I feel guilty that my first thoughts were not of her, but of what my nightly visitor may do should it become aware of my mother's absence. Her presence being the one thing which I was sure was protecting me from full horror of this thing's reach. I rushed home from school that day and immediately wrenched the bed sheets and mattress from the lower bunk, removing all of the slates and placing an old desk and chest of drawers and some chairs which we kept in a cupboard where the bottom bunk used to be. I told my father I was making an office, which he found adorable, but I would be damned if I'd give that thing a place to sleep for one more night. As darkness approached, I lay there, knowing my mother was not in the house. I did not know what to do. My only impulse was to sneak into her jewelry box and take a small family crucifix which I had seen before. While my family weren't very religious, at that age I still believed in God and hoped that somehow this would protect me. Although fearful and anxious, while gripping the crucifix under my pillow tightly in one hand, sleep eventually came, and as I drifted off to the dream, I hoped that I would awaken in the morning without incidents. Unfortunately, that night was the most terrifying of all. I'll be the judge of that. We'll see how bad it is. Chapter 5, Urban Explorer. Oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, shoot. Chapter 5. There we go. It says wolf. Not gonna comment on Frankenstein. Alright, stacks of notebooks. Can I play the piano? What awful playing. A poster for a play. Some books. Alright. The feeling that something's invading your privacy, even without ill will, is still disturbing. Someone's having a party. Cthulhu? Is that you? You are good. That drawing is not, though. Hey. There's a clock there, but I don't... Even if you don't know why they're here, you hold the greatest amount of fear for them. I don't think looking at the clock will make any difference. Dinosaur and pie. Lovely. Why is there a bathtub in here, though? Bathtub in the middle of the classroom. Makes sense. You know? The sounds of screams are awful, and they are even worse when they are your own. Butterflies. Shouldn't have had that Taco Bell, dude. There's a piece of paper here. Reads knock knock. Who's there? What's this? Are these mattresses? Interesting. Huh. Alrighty. I can leave now, right? Go. There we go. Oh, I was just being dumb about it. I guess I had to click it again. Is this a fridge? Don't want to be disturbed. Oh, it's a locker. Got it. I was like, why would a fridge be in a classroom? That doesn't make... Or school in general. A writing desk with some school material on it. Lovely. Butterflies. I guess we'll go say hi. After we check this area. Lock on the door is broken. I don't think I can get in here. And I believe I can't step through here. Nope. Alright. That's fine. Hello. Oh, am I in your way? I'm sorry. Very school rules. Okay. We'll just keep going. I guess we're going down the ladder. Down the rabbit hole we go. Oh, there is nothing there. Okay. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim. Oh, we're supposed to go a certain way, huh? I am totally gonna forget which way to go. Am I even doing this right? I don't think I am. Do we go this way? There's nothing this way. Maybe it just had me go through loops for no reason. It seems like that's where we're going here. Oh, hello. You're all creepy. Am I just gonna... Alright, let it happen. Going with the flow. Is everyone gonna take a bite on me? Am I gonna get stabbed with a ritual knife? What's going on? That sounds like someone being eaten or torn apart. You're awfully quiet nowadays. Is there something wrong, son? Nothing. Are you sure? Is there something wrong with your new room? Are you lonely without your brother? No. All right then. Or you could be honest and tell them what's going on. Maybe they'll get you into some therapy. I woke gradually. The room was. Ugh. God damn it. The room was once again dark. As my eyes adjusted, I could gradually make out the window and the door and the walls, some toys on the shelf, and even to this day I shudder to think of it. For there was no noise. No rustling of sheets, no movement at all. The room felt lifeless, yet not empty. The nightly visitor, that unwelcomed, wheezing, hate-filled thing which had terrorized me the night after, was not in the bottom bunk. It was in my bed. I opened my mouth to scream, but nothing came out. Utter terror had shaken the very sound of my voice. I lay motionless. If I could not scream, I did not want to let it know I was awake. I had not seen it yet. I could only feel it. It was obscured under my blanket. I could see its outline, and I could feel its presence, but I dared not look. The weight of it pressed down on me, a sensation I will never forget. When I say that hours passed, I do not exaggerate. Lying there motionless in the darkness, I was every bit a scared and frightened young boy. If it had been during the summer months, it would have been light by then. But the grasp of a winter is long and unrelenting, and I knew it would be hours before sunrise, a sunrise which I yearned for. I was a timid child by nature, but I reached a breaking point, a moment where I could wait no more, where I could survive under its intimately deviant abomination no longer. Fear can sometimes wear you out, make you threadbare, a shell of nerves leaving only the slightest trace of you behind. I had to get out of that bed. Then I remembered the crucifix. My hand still lay underneath the pillow, but it was empty. I slowly moved my wrist around to find it, minimizing as best I could the sound and vibrations it caused, but it could not be found. I had either knocked it off the top bunk, or it had, I could not even bear to think of it, been taken from my hand. Without the crucifix, I lost any sense of hope. Even at such a young age, you can be acutely aware of what death is and intensely frightened of it. I knew I was going to die in that bed if I lay there, dormant, passive, doing nothing. I had to leave that room behind, but how? Should I leap from the bed and hope that I could make it to the door? What if it is faster than me? Or should I slowly slip out the top bunk, hoping to not disturb my uncanny bedfellow? Realizing that it had not stirred when I moved, trying to find the crucifix, I began to have the strangest of thoughts. What thoughts? Chapter 6, Abyss. Ooh, we swimming. I thought it was only going to be like a good 4 chapters and that's it. Invisible walls block the way. And fish. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim. Oh. Oh, there's my dad. Drain water and remove diving gear? Sure. Okay. So now what though? Like, it's not letting me interact with anything. Oh, okay. There we go. I just had to click on the wall. Where are you going, father? Why are you in my dream? That's my main question. Read logbook. Sure. Ooh. Oh, 2. Fear of suffocating. This is a lot to read. I mean, fear of flying insects, fear of being caught. Okay. That's a lot of fears you got, buddy. Ooh. Hi. I love the blue. Jump! I mean, I could have gone further down into the building, I think. I like how he's just encouragingly like, yeah, go down. Go on. Keep going. It's a monster. I wish I could... This sounds so bad. Push the character down so that I could just move faster. Oh, that's so awful. I'm an awful human being. I am so sorry. What if it was asleep? It hadn't so much as breathed since I had woken up. Perhaps it was resting, believing that it had finally got me. That I was finally in its grasp. Or perhaps it had been toying with me. After all, it had been doing that for countless nights. And now with me underneath it, pinned against my mattress with no mother to protect me, maybe it was holding off, savoring its victory until the last possible moment, like a wild animal savoring its prey. I tried to breathe as shallowly as possible and mustering every ounce of courage I could. I reached over slowly with my right hand and began to peel the blanket off me. What I found under those covers almost stopped my heart. I did not see it, but as my hand moved to the blanket, it brushed against something. Something smooth and cold, something which felt unmistakably like a gaunt hand. I held my breath in terror as I was sure it must now have known that I was awake. Nothing. It did not stir. It felt dead. After a few moments, I placed my hand carefully further down the blanket and felt a thin, poorly formed forearm. My confidence and almost twisted sense of curiosity grew as I moved down further to a disproportionately larger bicep muscle. The arm was outstretched, lying across my chest, with the hand resting on my left shoulder as if it had grabbed me in my sleep. I realized that I would have to move this cadaverous appendage if I even so much as hoped to escape its grasp. For some reason, the feeling of torn, ragged clothing on the shoulder of this nighttime invader stopped me in my tracks. Fear once again swelled in my stomach and in my chest as I recoiled my hand in disgust at the touch of scraggly, oily hair. I could not bring myself to touch its face, although I wondered to this very day what it would have felt like. Dear God, it moved. Chapter 7. Hastia? Interesting word. I don't know if that's accurate. I'm kind of just continuing to go because last time I closed the game out, it did not bring me back to the chapter I had left off. So you might kind of see me jump around. Oh, there's like a little staircase up here. Okay. Alright. I was definitely not expecting this many chapters. Okay. Lovely. Stack of flesh. Nice. Floating eyeballs. And having once chosen never to seek and return to the crossroads of decision, for even if one chooses wrongly, the choice cannot be unmade. At a crossroads in life, what does one do? Stand at the crossroads, if you will, but if you'll not choose, I'll move on without you. Okay. Okay, that kind of got me. Said nope to all these choices, except maybe going back? I don't know. What do you want from me, game? Oh, it did want me to go back. Hello? I wonder if we're nearing the end. Does it want me to just keep running back and forth? It kind of seems like that's what it's going for. Okay. Now saving. It moved. It was subtle, but its grip on my shoulder and across my body strengthened. No tears came, but God, I wanted to cry. As his hand and arm slowly coiled around me, my left leg brushed along the cool wall which the bed lay against. Of all that happened to me in that room, this was the strangest. Really? Why? I realized this clutching, rancid thing which drew great delight from violating the young boy's bed was not entirely on top of me. It was sticking out from the wall like a spider striking from its lair. Suddenly, its grip moved from a slow tightening to a sudden squeeze. It pulled and clawed at my clothes as if frightened that the opportunity would soon pass. I fought against it, but its embraced arm was too strong for me. Its head rose up, writhing and contorting under the blanket. I now realized where it was taking me, into the wall. I fought for my dear life. I cried, and suddenly my voice returned to me, yelling, screaming, but no one came. Then I realized why it was so eager to suddenly strike, why this thing had to have me now. Through my window, that window which seemed to represent so much malice from outside, streaked hope, the first rays of sunshine. I struggled, further knowing that I could just hold on and it would soon be gone. As I fought for my life, the unearthly parasite shifted, slowly pulling itself up on my chest, its head now poking out from under the blanket, wheezing, coughing, rasping. I don't remember its features. I simply remember its breath against my face, foul and cold as ice. As the sun broke over the horizon, that dark place, that suffocating room of contempt was washed, bathed in sunlight. I passed out as its scrawny fingers encircled my neck, squeezing the very life from me. I'm sure the story turns out a-okay. I woke to my father offering to make me some breakfast, a wonderful sight indeed. I had survived the most horrible experience of my life until then, and now I moved the bed away from the wall, leaving behind the furniture I had believed would stop that thing from taking a bed. Little did I think that it would try to take mine and me. Weeks passed without incident, yet on one cold, frostbitten night, I woke to the sound of the furniture where the bunk beds used to be, vibrating violently. I lay there, sure I could hear a distant wheezing coming from deep within the wall, finally fading into the distance. The following year, I was given a larger room on the other side of the house, and my parents took that room as their bedroom. They said they didn't need a large room, just one big enough for a bed and a few things. They lasted 10 days. We moved on the 11th, so it was just the room. Interesting. It moves. A game by Snow Owl. Oh, and I can move my character. Well, that was the ending of It Moves. Will it have me keep going? And for how long, I wonder. 8 Million Ways to Die? Really? Based on a bedtime story by Michael Whitehouse. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really read many creepypastas, so I didn't really know much about this game. Or about the story of this game. That being bedtime. But overall, the game was interesting. It was a bit scary at first, but then as it went on, I kind of realized, hey, I can't die, so it was kind of no point in me feeling afraid, despite how the game tries to scare you with atmosphere. And that's one of the downfalls I found with the game, is that there's no consequences really. You just kind of move forward in the story. No deaths. It's just kind of there. But yeah, if you want to play this game for yourself, it is available on Steam. I have it linked in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like or subscribe if you enjoy my content, and let me know in the comments below what other games you feel like I should play. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!